Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you my 28-week pregnancy update with baby number 7. So if you watched my second trimester recap, you already know I'm filming this the same time I'm recapping my second trimester because I'm currently 29 weeks 1 day, 7th month of pregnancy, 2 months left to go, and I'm so ready. Well, actually, I'm not ready. I'm not prepared at all whatsoever. Nope, the slightest preparedness at all. But physically speaking, I'm so ready. So 28 weeks. Just had my last appointment was yesterday, which was October 26th. And we firstly went over my tubal removal. I got the paperwork to get started with that. So I didn't sign it. And I feel like I said this, I think I vlogged today too. So I might have said it during the vlog, but it's not so much because I think I want more kids or anything like that. I'm done having kids. I'm done with this pregnancy chapter of my life. I don't want any more kids. I just, number one, they call it surgical sterilization. And I just think that term sterilization, like, I feel dehumanized. Like, you're gonna sterilize me. Like, I just don't like that wording. Not to mention, the doctor keeps mentioning, like, yeah, and if during a C-section and during this. And honestly, I don't want you talking to me about a C-section unless we're like in that position at that moment. Because for me, you know, I've had all my kids vaginally, and I want this last kid to be vaginally as well. You know, I don't want to keep bringing up in my mind, because they have me labeled as a high-risk pregnancy, and because they mentioned my weight and my age, and found out that I'm anemic. It's just like too much, and I don't want that negativity like spoiling my mindset, you know what I mean? So I just, like, the fact that you just keep saying, like, you know, and during a C-section, during this, and it's like, I'm not trying to get my tubes removed during a C-section. I'm trying to get them removed after I have my baby, like within the 6 weeks, like we first discussed. Like, you know, like, bring it that. Don't keep talking about a C-section, because I don't want to hear that. I don't want that planted in my mind, like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to have a C-section. Like, you know, I don't want my mind to go there. So that, and I don't know, I've been just seeing, like, you know, don't get your tubes tied, don't get your tubes removed, this and that. And I know everyone's experience is different, and my experience is going to be different from the next person's, but it's just, I'm starting to second guess myself on whether or not I want to put my body through this, because I want my body to I just want it to just go back to regular. Like, you know, I just want to have regular periods, and I just want to be free of everything. I don't want to tackle on any more health conditions, you know? And they keep saying, like, you know, your fallopian tubes have nothing to do with how much you bleed and all that. And it's just like, okay, I understand that, but these things are happening to these people. And I mean, maybe they're not. Like, you never know, because, you know, social media, you can't believe everything that people say, right? It's just, I don't know, I'm just all over the place. So yeah, that's where I am with that. We talked about that. She told me, well, last appointment, she told me about the anemia. So they did put me on some iron pills and a stool softener. She asked me about that yesterday, and actually they took my blood again. I can't remember if she said if my numbers were lower than a 9 or an 8. So she said if they were low, if they were lower than a 9, that she wanted to do iron infusions. which is like the iron drips, or if it was lower than an 8. But I did get my results today and I'm at an 8. I know when I had the twins, my iron was low, so they had, I forgot what they did, but I know that they gave me like an extra blood transfusion, I believe, if I remember correctly, because my iron was low. So I want to get this all straightened out before baby comes. You know, I don't want to have anything happen like the last time. And I think that your iron levels also have something to do with, you know, your blood as well, like losing blood and all that. I think, maybe not. I spoke to her about the medication because I don't know if you guys, but I mentioned I needed to get my wisdom tooth pulled when I was like 26 weeks, and they put me on antibiotics, amoxicillin. So I figured that amoxicillin will clear up any of the bacteria I had, but the doctor said no, amoxicillin will not clear up that bacteria. So that she wanted me to take the iron, the antibiotics that they originally prescribed. She said they will not prescribe anything that is not safe for me to take. I'm having a very heavy belly pain. Actually, well, I guess I won't get into that, but very heavy belly pain. She told me to get a support band, which I have one. I just have to find it, and I really, well, the battery just died, so got that changed up. But like I was saying, I need a belly support or belly band, whatever the hell they're called. I have one. I think it's under the bed, but I also told babe to find my the pregnancy ball, because I also get relief with that. So that needs to be brought up ASAP. The baby is moving so much, constantly, all the time. This baby wakes me up at night, during the middle of the night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, like, oh, hello, time to get up, let's play, sing to me, mommy. Like, this baby is, the baby is moving right now. So this baby is always moving, and it's so funny because I was like, in the beginning of my second trimester, because I didn't start feeling the baby move until very late compared to the other pregnancies, and I was just like, oh, this baby's gonna be very mellow and chilled and relaxed, and nope, spoke too soon, because the very next week babe was like, nope, I'm here, knock knock, hello. And she hasn't stopped ever since. I say she because I think it's a girl, so just, I don't know what the baby is. I don't know the gender. We'll find out when I have the baby. I'm peeing all night long. The other night I peed 9 times. 9 times. Yep. And it's keeping me up, but you know, leg cramps, excuse me, leg cramps are still ongoing. I'm still getting numb. My hips and my thighs now are being affected. I've had a little bit of sciatic pain, nerve pain, but it subsided relatively quickly. And then, was that it? Oh, I learned something. I learned that, I don't know if you guys, like, so anyone who's watched any of my other pregnancy updates in regards to the twins, I mentioned that my vagina was swollen, and that was very strange. I've never heard of that. Like, you know, it was very dry, like the outside of my lips. I don't know proper terms. So I mentioned that, and I feel like that's starting to happen again. And I did mention it, and she said, the doctor said that some women develop varicose veins in their vaginas. The varicose veins, they expand or something like that, which makes your vagina look swollen. I'm just like, so this is a thing. And she said absolutely. But she said it goes away. She said either it'll go away, you know, next week, the week after. It could stay that way during the duration of my pregnancy. It doesn't prevent me anything. It doesn't do anything to the baby or anything like that. It doesn't prevent me from pushing vaginally. But she said that does happen to quite a lot of women. So there's that. So if anyone had those same symptoms, which after the fact that I spoke to her on the What to Expect When You're Expecting app, that pregnancy app, I was on the community pages and someone asked that question. And I was like, and there were like 30 something comments in there, and I was like, wow, I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one. Who knew? Who the F knew? Not me. I didn't know. Had no idea that was a thing. So there's that. That is pretty much it for 28 weeks. I will go ahead and show you guys my belly. Here is my belly with my shirt up. I mean down. Left side. And the right side. That bad boy up. Bras not fitting. These are so comfortable. But can you guys even see? Should I turn this up? Okay. Here's my belly. Put my shirt up. Baby's right here. All right here. Don't know what she's doing. Okay. I don't feel like I'm as big as I was with the other pregnancies, but I could be wrong. I could just be seeing what I want to see. But there's the baby. Hello. So I originally filmed this video last week and it was 3 minutes long, so I erased it and was like, you know what, let me just combine 29 and 30 weeks because this don't make no sense. Pretty much 29 and 30 weeks are pretty much the same, so there's no need to do a separate video. Number one was that I had lots of heartburn, like all day heartburn. I almost finished my whole huge ass bottle of Tums. I feel like I haven't really had heartburn. You know what? No, I'm lying. Every now and then I'll have heartburn and I'll need to take it, but it's always at night. This week and last week I had to take Tums throughout the day, at night. A couple of times I've woken up during the night having to take Tums. Leg cramping. Oh my goodness. I cannot get over how much leg cramping that I've been having. And I don't know if you guys know this or if it's different for other people, but like leg cramps, restless leg syndrome, and Charlie horses are three completely different like pains that I have had. Leg cramping, I want to say, is more so like the tightening of your muscles in your legs, not Charlie horses, but the cramping of your muscles, like sore muscles, as if you just did a hardcore freaking workout. Like those are leg cramps. Restless leg syndrome is something I don't even know how to describe, but like your whole body is relaxed and your legs are just fucking going crazy. They're like on 1,001 push-ups and they just won't stop. And then Charlie horses are just the devil. Like those things are just the devil. So all those things are completely different for me personally. I don't know how it is for everyone else, but those are like the pains that I feel. So leg cramping this week and also restless leg syndrome. So restless leg syndrome was mainly for week 29. Once I turned 30 weeks, it kind of just went away, and that's happened throughout the pregnancy so far. So the last thing that I had to deal with this week was the baby's movements. So I know the doctor, the last time I saw her, was like, oh, you know, you need to start counting kicks and all that. I never really counted kicks because I've always had really active babies. Like the past 2 weeks have been extremely painful. Like the movements are extremely painful to the point where I want to cry. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance, and not a lot of pains don't make me want to cry, but the baby's movements, oh my god. And I don't mean to complain about it. I'm so grateful that I can feel it and don't have like that, why isn't the baby moving, or what's going on, or anything like that. But oh my god, like the past two, and I don't know what it is, so much pain. But I'm grateful for that pain, so I'm gonna try not to complain too much about it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And I mistakenly deleted my belly of 29 weeks, so we only got this week. Okay, so here is my belly with my shirt down. Actually, I'm wearing a dress. Here's the front. Here is the side, right side. And here's the left side. Shirt up. Not wearing a bra today. Pretty dark in here, but front, right side, and my left side. Yeah. Welcome to my 31-week pregnancy update. So I'm currently 32 weeks and 1 day. 31 weeks has been crazy. If you haven't seen my life update video, check that out. Pretty much had a sweet 16, my daughter's sweet 16, and I eloped same weekend. Not recommended, but I was all over the place. So I was doing the most. I needed to take several seats, which I did not, but things got done. I am a married woman now, and my daughter has a sweet 16, so you know, I'm dealing with the consequences of that. Charlie horses started, and let me just tell you, those are not great. Especially, like I said, I eloped on Saturday. I can't get pregnant, so y'all already know what was going down. We're all adults here, right? But let me just tell you, the freaking Charlie horses that I got during the deeds. Like, what the fuck? I do know, I did read that like not drinking enough water and all that could affect, you know, getting Charlie horses and all that, and why they last so long. But I definitely learned my lesson. I've been drinking plenty of water. I'm still having Charlie horses every single day. So I don't think that was the reason why. I just think it's just that at that point in pregnancy, leg cramps are still happening. I have started my iron infusions. I go twice a week. She wants me to go twice a week for 2 weeks and then retest me. So I had my first one, when was it? Wednesday? I believe it was Wednesday. And it took about 3 hours. So that's fun. Normally she said it takes about 2. Since it was my first time, we had to get everything because I have to go to the hospital and get it done. But yeah, I don't feel any different. I thought that I would, because there are some things that she said, you know, getting the iron in me will help. But again, that was my first one. So I go for my next one on Sunday, and then I don't go again until like the following Friday, which is like Black Friday. So there's that. Let's see what else has happened at 32 weeks. Oh my, 31 weeks. So I'm extremely tired. Like first trimester, like when you're not like nauseous and you're just first trimester symptoms, I'm tired like that. Like I'm actually taking naps throughout the day. Like I am so exhausted. It could be because I had a very crazy weekend, but I don't think so, because I feel like it was happening before then. Like, it's been a crazy month to begin with. So it could be anything. It could just be that I'm just doing the most. But yeah, today's the first day I didn't take naps because I'm over here recording all these damn videos. So there's that. What else? Peeing like crazy. That's great. And I've had a little bit of an increase in discharge, clear discharge. So it throws me off sometimes because I'm like, oh my god, did I pee myself? Oh my god, did my water break? Am I having this, like, my water leaking? Like, it's just at this point I'm just thinking all of the things. So yeah, that happened a lot this week. Also, what the heck else? I got a wax. I got a Brazilian, well, minus the butt. I got a bikini. I got a full bikini wax, because I was getting married. Yeah, don't recommend doing that at 31 weeks pregnant. Don't do that. So it is like, you can get waxed. It's not like recommended that you don't get waxed while pregnant. The thing is that you'll bleed a little bit more, especially by like your lips, because it's a little bit more sensitive. And let me just tell you, yes, absolutely. Like, she was gonna go clean up and I'm like, nope, it's fine. I'll use Nair. I'm okay. That's it. Don't touch me. And I'm usually like good with bikini waxes. Like, babe actually did my bikini waxes. So, and with an at-home kit. So if that tells you anything, like, I'm usually just, I'm good. Oh, I was screaming. Actually, I was walking with my legs open for like a whole day. So yeah, don't recommend doing that. Also, chafing. Damn. Okay, now I don't know if it was because of the wax. It wasn't because of the wax, because I have been chafing for some time now. And dryness. I don't even know how I forgot this stuff. My vagina is dry. The heifer is completely dry. Not the inside, everything on the outside, like completely dry. On top of that, I have the chafing, and then I went and I got a wax. So there looks like there's raw skin, like in between, like on the sides of my legs, you know, like where your panties go. It doesn't hurt me anymore. It's definitely dry, so it can get a little irritated, like itchy, but it's literally the side. So it's so weird, because I just been putting Aquaphor, because Aquaphor is my saving grace. That thing saves me for everything. So I just put Aquaphor there and it's fine. And that's just how I've been rolling through the weeks, because yeah, it's just, don't get waxed. But it looks nice, and you know, I was like, damn, too bad this wasn't closer to my due date, because then I would have no shame in my game. You just flopping over. I don't have any shame in my game now. 7th kid, like, you don't, do you know how many people see my vagina? Do you guys know how many people see my vagina? So there's no shame there anymore. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my belly. You know, I've been saying to myself, like, I don't think I'm really that big. Like, I feel like I was bigger with Aaliyah than I am now. Oh, how did I forget this? Guys, baby is head down, low, head down, and baby is already 4 pounds. So yeah, to all the people who are saying, like, the strangers that I come in contact with, all those people that saying, yeah, I don't think you're gonna make it. Yeah, it might not make it. Might not make it to January. This is probably the earliest that I've heard that my babies have been head down, and this was actually since 30 weeks. So the baby's facing my back, so we couldn't even get any pictures of the baby when I had my sono 2 weeks ago. But yeah, and the fact that the baby is already 4 pounds, I'm just like, oh, okay, so what does that mean? Like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna pay too much attention to how much they say the baby weighs, but also I am gonna pay attention, just because you just never know. You never know. Apparently I have large babies, with the twins being large, so I mean, I'm not really too worried about it, to be honest. The worry comes into play where like I need to have my bag packed, I need to order the crib and the dresser and some more diapers, like just things that I know I'm gonna need right away in case I give birth early. But like other than that, I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, I don't even know how I left that out, but baby is babying. So there's that. Anyway, I will go ahead and show you guys my belly. All right, well, here is the belly with my shirt up. I know you can't really tell with this, but here's the belly from the right and the belly from the left. Let me see, I'm wearing biker shorts. Pull that up, pull this down. Woo! So, belly from the front. It's still not black, so I'm very hopeful that it'll stay my regular skin tone color. But there is little baby nugget from the right. And from the left. Happy Thanksgiving. Today is Thursday, November 23rd. Yeah, for 10 more minutes. It's currently 11:50 p.m. on Thanksgiving night, and I'm sitting here recording this video instead of sleeping. So I am currently 33 weeks pregnant, turned 33 weeks today. I'm going to be recapping my 32-week pregnancy. What a week. Okay, first of all, somewhere between 32 weeks and 32 weeks and 4 days, my belly dropped. Hopefully when I show you guys my belly, you'll be able to tell if you compare last week's to this week's. Yesterday I had my appointment, and they ended up having to check me because I was having contractions for 2 days prior. Now, they could have been Braxton Hicks. I don't know. I mentioned that to the doctor. I had to go to a different office, same practice, different office, and she just pretty much left it up to me, telling me, you know, it's up to me, but her job at this point, because of my age, to take everything seriously, pretty much. So we ultimately decided to go ahead and check just to make sure it wasn't going to do any harm. And actually, I thought it was going to hurt a lot worse. Or I just thought it was going to hurt in general, just because, like, that's what I've seen. I don't know, just like in other, you know, other people's pregnancies, or like when they get checked, like it's like painful, and they talk about the painfulness, and it didn't hurt at all. So not that time, maybe because I'm not in labor and I wasn't really contracting. So yeah, she checked me. She said my cervix was long. I forgot to ask her what that meant and if that was good or bad. I'm assuming it was fine because she didn't mention anything other than that. My cervix was long, it was closed, soft, and she did say that the baby was low. Tomorrow I have another iron infusion, which is gonna go in my next pregnancy for 33 weeks. But I don't really feel a difference. I know the OB was telling me that I should get a little bit more energy. I shouldn't be as tired. I will say that I am getting sleep. So 32 weeks, like, I'm peeing less, but I don't know if that's because I'm drinking less water, but I'm peeing less during the night. Also, I feel like the baby is not on my bladder. And I'm staying asleep for longer periods of time during the nighttime. So I don't know if that's the iron infusions or what, but I do know that like at this point in pregnancy, normally I'm just ultimately just having a hard time sleeping. And it's not so much where I'm comfortable, because I'm not comfortable. Actually, I'm still having that like numbness, so I do have to turn over, but flip-flopping doesn't keep me up for long. Like I can turn over and then be straight back to sleep, which is nice. So could be the iron infusions, maybe it's just the baby give me a break, I don't know, but definitely sleeping a little bit better, with the exception of today, because I'm sure tomorrow I'm gonna be freaking so tired since it's almost midnight. What else for 32 weeks? 2 weeks ago and this week I haven't gained any weight, so that's good. Like I'll take that as a win. Hospital bag is pretty much packed. I'm just waiting on, what am I waiting on? I think I'm waiting on mittens for the baby, and my 10-foot long charger. I'm waiting for that, and that's pretty much it. I'm all set. I will film a hospital bag. What's in my hospital bag? I don't know, maybe next week, maybe somewhere between 34 and 35 weeks. I'm in my 8th month of pregnancy. I don't know if I mentioned that last week, but I'm 8 months pregnant. I have 1 more month to go, which sounds so crazy because like 1 more month from today is like December 20 something. So how is my due date January? Like, how's my due date not in December? So I don't know, but yeah, you know what it is, because really we're pregnant for like 10 months, not 9 months. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's pretty much it. I will go ahead and show you guys my belly. Okay, so here is my belly with my shirt down, the front from the left side, from the right side. Whoop. Damn it. So here it is from the front with my shirt up, right side, and the left side. I mean, this is my right side. What am I talking about? The other side was my left side. So today I'm going to be going over my 33rd. I don't even know. I'm gonna be going over my 33rd week of pregnancy. I'm currently 34 weeks and 1 day. Not a lot went on this week, thank goodness. Okay, I will say I turned 31 at 33 weeks, and that first day I was so hungry. Okay, when I tell you guys I ate and then 15 minutes later I was hungry, ate again, 10 minutes later I'm starving. I ate so much that day, it wasn't even funny. I don't know if that's like a pregnancy symptom, like whatever I was eating just wasn't like nutritious enough. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on, and it was only that one day that it was like that. It was insane, the amount of food that I was eating. And I was eating like rice and chicken. I had like a turkey sandwich, but like on the square bread. What is it called? Ciabatta. I don't know what the bread is called, but it's like square. So it's not like your average like 2 slices of bread. It's like these thick pieces of bread. It was just, I don't know what the hell, I don't know what happened, but I was freaking so hungry. For about 2 to 3 days, I had this weird pain in my left leg only. So it wasn't like my regular leg pains, and it wasn't like restless leg syndrome. It wasn't Charlie horses. Like, I didn't want to put a lot of weight on it, like my, you know, regular walking weight, because it just was very painful. And it was like pretty much down, it was just my whole leg, like my whole thigh down to my ankle. Babe, you know, massaged me out. Ariana massaged me out. All the kids pretty much gave me massages all week. They just was like going like this to my leg, you know, because that's kind of what was helping. I look a hot mess, but this is what it is these days. Babe found my birthing balls, so I've been able to get some sort of relief from them. Unfortunately, the bigger one that I have, it has like holes in it. Don't know from where, don't know how, because it's been packed away. So he's gonna buy a new one, but in the meantime I'm using like the smaller one, which they're both really big still. I just feel like I'm just too heavy for that one, and it flattens down a little bit too much for my liking. So, but it still relieves so much of the pressure and like the heaviness that I feel in my belly, and that's just getting off of the heaviness. Like, you know, when you're pregnant and you go in the pool and it's like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like, that's how it feels when you go on the birthing ball. It's like you don't feel the weight anymore, and that's what I've been needing. So any chance that I can get without the kids trying to kick the ball from underneath me, the twins, and the older ones not trying to steal my ball from me, is what I've been doing. Like, that's when I go on at nap time, but you know, I'd be trying to get in my naps. So, oh, speaking of naps, I'm not sleeping this week. Like, pregnancy insomnia, like literally I will be laying in bed, dark, no TV, not on my phone, staring at the freaking walls that you can see in the darkness, staring at the little light that comes through from like the window. Like, I'm staring at that, staring at the freaking shadow that it brings over here to this wall. Like, I close my eyes, nothing, like turning, and of course I'm uncomfortable, that's to say the least, but like the whole not sleeping. And it's crazy because I went from getting a little bit more sleep to now I'm not getting any sleep at all, and I don't even know how I'm functioning right now, because what time is it? It's 11. It's 11 o'clock right now, and I slept a total of like 2.5 hours to 3 hours last night. So, and as you can see, it's not like I'm not like overly tired. Like, I'm tired, but like I felt more tired other days, if that makes any type of sense whatsoever. Last thing, my hands. I know that in the past I had some sort of like carpal tunnel or something along those lines, self-diagnosed of course, but the hand cramps. But this week, my left hand, actually, was it my, yeah, that's strange, but these were on different days. So my left hand was like really cramping up, and one of those days, I think it was like 2 days ago, this hand, like my wrist area, it was swollen. So yeah, I don't know what that was about. I was thinking maybe it was due to the iron infusion, because I always do it in this vein. It's like bruised. And I was thinking like maybe that had something to do with it, but I honestly don't think so. Yeah, but I don't know. And what else? Other than that, Let me look at my notes. Yeah, other than that, nothing else really pops out. So let me go ahead, you guys know the deal, let me show you my belly. Okay, well, here's my belly with my shirt down the front. The left side, can you guys see? No, my lights are on. And here's the right side. Belly up. Baby is right here, per usual. Left side. And the right side. Hopefully I don't have anything yellow in my teeth. I just finished eating a Laffy Taffy. But I'm currently 35 weeks, and I was actually going to do 34 weeks and 35 weeks together because there was only one thing that went down, but I guess it's like a big thing, so that's why I'm just like, you know what, let me just go ahead and film it. 34 weeks was fine up until, well, up until the first day, the next day. So I turned 34 weeks on Thursday, last Thursday, and then 34 weeks and one day, like around lunchtime, 12:30, I developed a headache. So took Tylenol, went about my business. Headache wasn't going away. I took Tylenol again. I think like after 6 hours. Had a really hard time sleeping that night. Next day, took some more Tylenol. Like the headache wasn't going away, and then I realized like, okay, this is like one of my migraines. So I just tried to deal with it, and it was really hard. And then on day 3, I tried taking like tension headache medication, which sometimes works when I'm not pregnant. I ended up taking migraine medication, and it has caffeine and it has aspirin, but you guys know that you're supposed to stay away from aspirin while pregnant, especially I think it's like in the first trimester and then also in your last trimester. But I just needed something because I'm the one that takes care of the kids during the day while babe's sleeping because he works overnight. And it's mainly the twins, and it was just extremely hard. So I went ahead and I took 2. It didn't work. And that's the one that usually works, like if I have a migraine for a couple of days. So I ended up calling the doctor on the 3rd day of the migraine, and I told them what was going on. Now, after the first day of me having the migraine and realizing that it wasn't going away, I started monitoring my blood pressure because I have like a blood pressure cuff here and all that. So I started monitoring, never had a high blood pressure. I wasn't swelling. What else? I think that was like the only 2 things that I was paying attention to. So like I said, I called the doctor, and they told me over the phone like I needed to go into the hospital for them to, you know, just do triage to rule out preeclampsia. And they also can't prescribe, she was saying they can't prescribe narcotics to me over the phone. I have to be seen in person, blah, blah, blah. And narcotics meaning Tylenol with codeine. I didn't ask for that. That's just what she said, which is another medication that works well whenever I have these migraines. I ended up not going to the hospital that day, but the next day I was trying to feel it out and see, you know, if it went away by the next day, the 4th day, and nothing. So once all the kids got home from school and Ariana got here, babe ended up taking me to the hospital, and we went to labor and delivery triage, and they monitored the baby. they put a blood pressure cuff on me. They monitored my blood pressure for quite some time, and they took a urine sample, and the doctor comes in, he starts talking to me, and it's a resident doctor, and he's telling me that they want to go ahead and get me started on some fluids, and he's going over like all of my history, and I'm just like, oh gosh. The nurse, before he came in, the nurse was saying that they would give me like this Tylenol, caffeine, and something else, like cocktail pills that they give that really works well for patients, pregnant people. So when he came in, I thought he was gonna talk to me about that, but no, he's over here talking about he wanted to go ahead and start me on IV fluids, and I'm just like, you know, I'm gonna have to hold you up right there. I don't want IV. I didn't feel the need for IV fluids. I have been drinking like crazy, drinking water, so I didn't think that I was dehydrated. I was drinking a lot of water. As a matter of fact, I had already peed like twice since being there, and this was within a 30-minute of me being there. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not really here for that. Honestly, I was just there for the Tylenol with codeine, and hopefully that worked or whatever. So then he mentioned what the nurse had mentioned and said they would give me that, and they wanted to take blood work. So they took blood work from me, monitored my blood pressure. My blood pressure wasn't an issue. It was literally just the migraine. After they took my blood, they went ahead and they gave me the pill cocktail, whatever they had, and said that they would be back in 30 minutes to see how that medication was working. So pretty much 30 minutes was going by, and honestly, it didn't really help. I didn't feel any relief after the 30 minutes, but the resident had came back in, and he's like, yeah, if this doesn't work, then there's this other cocktail that we do through the IV, and again with the damn IVs. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You know, I don't want to be in the hospital, and I don't want to be there for all of this 5-6 hours, like for no reason, just getting IV. And like, I read online that the IV cocktail that they give you, that really works very well. But again, I just didn't want all of that. Like, I just thought, like, from what the doctor said on the phone, like Tylenol and codeine, I thought they were gonna give me that. I didn't want to mention it because I'm like this, I'm not like a narcotic fiend. Like, Tylenol with codeine is like the most that I would take. It's worked in the past. That's usually the pain medication that I use if I need. If they're trying to prescribe like Vicodin or Percocet, I'm like, yeah, no, just give me some Tylenol with codeine. Like, those things are way too strong for me. Like, I don't want them. No thanks. So I knew that it worked, and I've been on it after getting my tooth pulled, or 2 teeth pulled back in one of the pregnancies, whichever pregnancy it was. So yeah, so when they came back and asked me how I was feeling after they gave me the oral medication, I was just like, yeah, you know, there's a slight change, like it's a little bit better. I was lying, that it didn't do anything for me. So the nurse told, you know, the resident and all them, an OB actually ended up coming into the room, and she just explained, she was actually a midwife. She was actually really good, very knowledgeable, very concerned, not trying to give the runaround, understood where I was coming from with the not wanting the IVs and all that. I have a high pain tolerance, but pain is also not something that I show physically, except for when there's a baby being like crowning in my vagina and I don't have any medication. That's like the only time. But other than that, you can't look at me and think that I'm fine, which is like a downfall, because as she's saying that, like, I was literally crying on the inside. Like, I was like in a lot of pain. Like, these migraines are crazy. I self-diagnosed with myself with cluster headaches. I don't know if I said this already. I need to get them checked out after birth and all that, but yeah, they are no joke. And I just felt like it was like 10 times worse because I was pregnant and I was like so sensitive to things. I was sensitive to light mainly and noise. So, which is what made it so hard being at home and why I went to the hospital, because it was just, you know, my kids are loud. It's loud in here. So, she just told me, since she said that I physically looked fine, she's comfortable with letting me go. She asked if they can prescribe me some of the pills that they gave me, which they did end up doing. They gave me 12. So I ended up taking this one more time that night, and like that morning, I still felt the migraine there, but it was significantly better. I don't know if it was the medication that they gave me or because it had ran its course. Like I said, these headaches, these migraines that I get, they can last up to a week without any relief. So it was like right in the time frame, you know? Yeah, so by the time almost at the end of my 34 weeks is when I, you know, felt relief and got rid of the headache. And honestly, anything else that went down the 34 weeks, I don't know about, because the migraine just took over and it was awful. So that was it for 34 weeks. I'll go ahead and show you guys my belly now. All right, well, here's my belly with my shirt down the front. Here's the right side. Baby's very heavy right now. And here's the left side. And then, I don't think these are maternity leggings, but oh my God, they are so comfortable and smooth and buttery. I think they're from Amazon. So, woo! Belly looks bigger, but that's the front. Left side. And my right side. Almost at the finish line.